last episode.
What is up, all you sexy nerds? Grizzly McBee here, and you are listening to and watching Nerd is the New Sexy Entertainment, the podcast, episode number 200. We're finally at the season's end, and we finally hit that milestone of 200 podcasts. I'm joined today by the man, the myth, the legend, the wise one, Mr. Wyldfyre 1.
That is me. I am Wyldfyre 1. Thanks for joining, guys. And yes, we're 200. Like, we have 200 we 200. I mean, honestly, I think we have a little more over 200 because we did some like A's and B's, like some extra podcasts.
And then the mid-season,
and the mid-seasons,
like the off-season podcast.
Yeah, the ones that don't have numbers.
But the ones that are numbered.
Yeah, so we're
not counting the A's and B's, yeah.
But 200 podcasts, that's a lot, man. That's and I mean 10 years is a long time. So
yeah.
It's funny that we landed on 200 on our 10-year anniversary too. That was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Our 10th year of doing this, rather. But what's our topic today, Grizzly?
Today our topic are in our opinion, the worst games we have ever played.
Yeah, because I know some of the games that I have on my list are gonna be like, some people are gonna be like, "Oh, that was in a bad game." I'll explain why I don't like them, like why I feel that they're probably the shittiest games I've ever played, or why they didn't hit with me as hard as other people. And I'm sure the same with Grizz. I'm sure he's played some games that's turned out to be stinkers to him, just didn't hit with him, but hit with other people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But before we get into that, let's get into some nerd news. What have we been doing recently, Grizz?
Oof, well, lately we've been playing and streaming Dead Island 2.
Yeah, a whole lot of it.
Yeah.
In fact, as we stream yesterday, we actually beat the game. Well, we beat the
main story.
Main story of the game, and that's going to come out as gameplay on the YouTube channel before you know it. What else we got going on, Grizz?
Well, it is the month of love.
Oh yeah.
We've got our gameplay of Monster Prom.
Yep, that's coming out this month.
Coming out this month.
I'll also say that because I think when this podcast comes out, one of the episodes of Monster Prom is going to be out. So just as an explanation, we're recording this on the 1st of February. This is the 1st. So, as we say this, we'll see. We're talking about the past when we're in the future, so to speak. So and if I can't remember what day I scheduled it to come out. That should tell you how hard I've been working on podcast or videos and editing and all this other stuff. I've like this month, the last not even 2 weeks, the last 4 days alone, I edited, rendered, and scheduled 4 games. And that's within the last, like, this weekend. We're recording this on a Sunday, so from Friday to Sunday, I did all that. So
the last 2.5 days.
Yeah, the last 2.5 days I've been busy, so it's hard to remember what I did when, because I've done a lot. But you can expect gameplay of Monster Prom, which was a really fun game. We had a lot of fun playing that. Me, you, and Jade. You're gonna expect some more. And this is funny. I wasn't planning on doing more Species Unknown gameplay, but me, F777, and JMac were playing it. We played it on Friday, and the gameplay was just so hilarious. It felt like a shame not to put it on. So I edited and rendered that. That was like a 2-hour game. And you and I have been doing a lot of Dead Island 2, and I've also been editing Dead Island 1 to put out. So and slowly but surely putting that out. So there's been a lot of work. A whole lot of work, and on top of that, streaming and making sure everything's coming out on time, everything's running smoothly, and so I'm excited for this. It's funny because we do the podcast. I'm excited for when we first start, but I kind of get a little excited for when we end it too. But it's also bittersweet. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like I love doing this, and but it's also kind of a nice break when we take our hiatus between seasons, for me to be able to put more content out and get more ideas and stuff, which we used a lot of our list ideas for this season, which was good.
Yeah, we used a lot of them.
Yeah. I mean, mind you, we still have like 400 more ideas. And as I take stuff off the list, I put more stuff on the list.
Mm-hmm.
So what's been new with you, Grizz, as of lately, other than being
Well,
sick?
yeah, other than being sick with a nasal infection and lung infection and kidney infection, and being sick sucks.
Yeah. Oh, and then you're having back issues as well. Like,
Yeah.
I can feel you there because I've been having back issues since like October,
Yeah.
and mine are finally starting to feel better. Knock on wood. But Jesus Christ, it's about time. So without further ado, let's get right into the podcast. Right into the subject. The subject is shitty games, and let's start with you, Grizz. I know we made a list yesterday. You made a list yesterday or the day before, and I made a list I think Friday evening. So let's do this. What's your first shitty game and why?
The first shitty game for me on my list is one that was actually gifted to me. That a certain someone's father rage quit, or rather scare quit on me, and that being Devour.
I fucking knew it.
It's a multiplayer game, and like most multiplayer games, you can still play single player. This one is fucking impossible to do single player.
Yeah. Well, you can't say impossible. We have me and J-Mac have a friend that actually did it, but you got to have like huge cojones.
Well,
it's hard.
I have huge cojones, but it's bullshit.
It's hard. It's hard to do. But tell us your story about Devour.
So I'm playing with
Sophisto,
Wild's dad, and we're collecting the goats. And next thing I know, I'm talking to myself, and I can hear Wild laughing because, he was in the call with us, kind of overseeing everything, and it never clicked because I just continued to talk to his dad, who was not responding.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, shit, did he like die or something? So I'm running around looking for his body, and I get killed almost immediately.
And the death sequences in that game are like jump scares.
I get back to the lobby, and I'm the only one in the fucking lobby because he up and left the game.
I called him. He's like, that was too much for me. Yeah, I see, and I see why you don't like that game. So what makes you not like the game, though?
I just don't like it.
Well, you don't like horror games in general, and that's like
I don't, and that one is just like super satanic.
Yeah, there's a lot. It's all about like possession and weird shit, and Phantom doesn't play it for the same reason. I love playing it during like Halloween or October. It's a really fun game to me. But even then, the scares and stuff are a little too scary from time to time.
Yeah,
I get it. That's a good one to add. I wasn't like, as soon as you said someone gifted it to you, I knew what you were talking about, but I didn't. I had no idea that you were going to say that one. I had no idea what your list was going to say. So,
no, you thought I was gonna say mortician's assistant, right?
well, I'm sure that's on there.
No, it's actually not. I actually enjoyed that game.
Oh, really?
It was because I like the like mystery solving stuff.
Yeah.
Type games. Will I play it again? Absolutely not. But it doesn't deserve to be on this list.
Well, you know that Monster admitted that he got you to play the game as a, like, I think it was last podcast. He got you to play the game as a guinea pig for him to see if he wanted it or not.
Sounds about right.
So my list, one of mine on my list is the Final Fantasy game that had lightning in it.
Sure.
I didn't like the game mechanics. I didn't like the fighting mechanics in that game. The story really didn't reach me. That game was just bad in my opinion. It wasn't it like okay, and just so you guys understand, I came from like early Final Fantasy days, like back
Oh
when
no, 13.
13. Okay,
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 13. I came from early Final Fantasy days where like everything made sense, and then this one like you can do way too much during the battle sequences. It was just too stupid. I didn't like the summons in the game. Like the summons seemed stupid. The storyline, I to this day I can't tell you what the storyline is because it was that forgettable to me. And Final Fantasy is known for storylines, right? Like, so that was kind of a fall off point for me for Final Fantasy, uh, and that's why I didn't like it. That's why it's on my list.
And
So,
here's another one for controversy. I fucking hate Fortnite with a passion.
oh god, I didn't even put that on my list, but yes, yes, Fortnite and like any other game that is a battle royale. And this isn't.
You just don't like the genre of battle royale.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Any other game that's a battle, and I think you and I found out the hard way. You did like one or two battle royale games, but like I think you and I found out the hard way that I don't, because I tried. You tried to get me into it.
Yeah.
But go ahead. Why Fortnite?
It's just so stupid.
Yeah,
The
yeah. Every time
the
there's an update.
building aspect, like, okay, if you're gonna do a battle royale, do something like, Battlefield or Call of Duty or, you know, PUBG, something like that that's more realistic. Um, and I know it's just a game, but honestly, who's gonna build with fucking sticks?
We will
A
in
n-
Sons of the
a,
Forest.
a 90? No, we're building with logs.
And sticks.
Stupid. I
It's
don't like it. Fucking sucks.
I agree, and I'm gonna tell you, like, I'm gonna agree with you, and 100%, 1000% agree with you on this one. And like one of the things I hate about it is you don't have to have all those fucking characters in the game. Like that's all just money bait. I don't want to see Goku against fucking like Rick and Morty. That's stupid. And all these other games are doing that shit too. It's just fucking dumb. Like and then they got like Scooby Doo in there now and all this other shit. If you guys like it, good for you. But Jesus Christ, Fortnite sucks.
Yeah.
I tried playing it, and this is what I used to say about battle royale games. I think you've heard me say this, Chris. Is that battle royale games are for people with short attention spans, because you can play a game. I want to play a game that's gonna last like 20 to 30 minutes. Okay, I want to play a game that not when I'm dead. That's it. That's boring. That's fucking stupid. I also don't like the aspect of like having to find guns all the time, with the exception of like maybe uh, games like uh, Species Unknown. But okay, that's a good one. I'm mad I didn't pick that one. Good job. Is there more you want to say about that shitty game?
No, I'm
Okay,
I'm done with that game.
okay. The next for me would be Star Wars Battlefront 2. Now, I both
Hmm.
love and hate this game.
Yeah.
I love it because it's fun to play with friends and it was great. Problem is that they promised us a lot more in that game and we got a lot less. So it got big and people just stopped playing. And then it seemed like they finally fixed the things that were issues by the time they just people stopped playing it.
Yeah.
The only thing I liked about that game was the space battles. That was fun. And they got to be pretty fun. And we had some good moments of that game playing it, but it was a big disappointment. And that's why it's on the list.
All right. Time for some more controversy.
All right.
Now these are groups of games. Okay. Any FIFA, NBA, or PGA games.
Oh my god, I have that. I think I have that on my list too. I think I had any FIFA game. Any FIFA game. Yeah. Okay, why?
I don't know how people can play FIFA because I mean, you can't pass it to the right person. You can't shoot. Same with fucking NBA.
Sports games, right? Sports games. I honestly like. I'd rather go out and play sports than play a sports game.
Yeah, well, like NFL, right?
Mm-hmm.
That one's easy. There's plays to pick. Okay, you know where the ball's supposed to go, what have you. Okay, but like NBA, there's no plays, and if you do pick a play, it never works out. I mean, I'm also not into basketball, not into soccer.
Yeah.
Um,
Does Grizzly look like you play soccer?
no.
Well, neither do I. But yeah, I'm kind of glad you mentioned that one, because that one was actually on my list.
And then
FIFA.
like PGA games, if I'm gonna play golf, I'm gonna fucking go golfing.
Yeah, sports games in that aspect, I think I'd rather go out and play a sports game than just play it on a game console.
Yeah.
Here's one that you and I both played. That's on that we got Baby Girl Doom into, and a bunch of other people. Fallout 76.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Fallout 76 is on my list. It's good now. Like, it years later after it came out, it was good. But like when it first came out, that game was one of the biggest disappointments you could ever think to have. They promised all this stuff. We got nothing. It was a dead world, nothing to do. It was boring. There was really no NPCs. You were lucky to find anything. The story was boring. The things you fought against were boring. The only good thing was the building aspect. I think you and I had a lot of fun doing that. You, me, and Monster played that first, and then we got Baby Girl. No, Baby Girl Doom bought it for me. And
yeah.
Then, yeah. So yeah, but that game was, even like the free shit they talked about giving out for people who pre-ordered the games was like cheap as fuck. A lot of people didn't get what they paid for. So that game there was a lot of controversy behind it and a lot of bullshit, and a lot of people probably nowadays, the new players don't remember all the bullshit that came with it. But that's on my list for that reason. And even now, like, you can only play Fallout 76 for maybe a few weeks before you get bored of it.
Yeah.
The building aspect's the only thing that keeps me going in that game. So
talking about building aspects, this is a game that Wyld and I will never go back to ever. We had over almost 1,000 hours into this fucking game.
You heard us talk about this before too, a lot.
And when they finally released the game from beta into open game, they completely wiped every fucking server. That being Conan Exiles.
Yep. We've talked so much about that game, just going off on other podcasts and even just in live streams. That game, we did so much in that game.
So much. So the starting area where you first get to start building, we completely maxed out what we could build.
Mm-hmm.
And we did that in 4 different areas on the map?
Yeah. Well, we did the point where like the game would start deleting parts of the walls because we were using too much of the game's resources. Imagine, we put out weeks, months into that game. We got really into it. We had a lot of fun. We barely did any of the story. We just built everything. And
at the time, that was the only game we were playing.
Yeah.
Because that's how into the game we were.
We built so many cool things, and really it almost kind of turned into like who can outbuild who.
Yeah.
And it was fun in that aspect. Like we had 4 or 5 different places on the map. I mean, honestly, we do that with like games like Sons of the Forest too all the time, which is fun. But like this, the killer with this was when they wiped the server, when they wiped all our hard work.
Yeah.
So we said, fuck that. That's another, and this is not a game that's on the list, but they did the same thing with like games like Valheim, where they'd wipe the server and it'd frustrate the hell out of you, especially getting all the work done, or you'd have to wipe your own server to get the new content on Valheim. But
Yeah.
Valheim's a good game. And the sad thing is, like, the building aspect in that game was fun.
Yeah.
Like, it really was fun. You and I need to play Valheim, Grizz. I think you'd like that game because it has the same kind of aspects but better. And it doesn't fuck you now. That's a great. I'm surprised. Honestly, I wasn't surprised to see that one on your list. The next one, and this is one I love and hate. I love and hate this game. Aliens Colonial Marines.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the same thing for Fallout 76. When it came out, there was high hopes for that game, and they just kind of like, it's like they took a turd and splattered it on the wall. I love Aliens games. I love games like that that have the I love Aliens games. That's it. Like, and I love playing this game from time to time, and we'll probably get some gameplay of it in the future. But like, I love playing this game from time to time just to get my aliens fix. But like, the game is just so mediocre. It's they promised us they promised us a bar way higher than we got, and we got little to nothing. And yeah, it was just too bad. And that was just, that's one of the games that disappointed me, that I just really disappointed me. Like, it broke my heart. So yeah, that Aliens Colonial Marines, I think, is on a lot of people's list. If you look up like shitty games online, that's probably one of the ones you'll see. What's next for you, Grizz?
Tony Hawk Pro Skater 5.
Oh, yeah. It's a good one.
I used to be so good at all the Tony Hawk games. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 5 came out, and I thought, oh, dude, all right, let's go. Completely change the controls for everything. Couldn't even do a fucking ollie. It was a completely different game altogether. And wasn't just my opinion. I mean, everybody was hating on that game.
Okay, next on my list. Oh, another one. This was another one I was really excited about, but just fucking flopped. Duke Nukem Forever.
Yeah.
My dad, Zephisto, my uncle Eddie, and myself loved the Duke Nukem games. We played Duke Nukem 3D all the time. And we played against each other and had a good time. Duke Nukem Forever was supposed to be like the best version of that game, and we got some funny moments, but it was like too little too late. And the problem with Duke Nukem Forever is they kept promising it to us for years and years and years, and we got it much too late. And by then, it just wasn't a cool game. It wasn't fun. It wasn't enjoyable. I mean, I got the idea. I like the idea of slapping titties on the wall, but that's about as good as that gets. There's a few good jokes in there. I got the game. Yeah, I bought it. It's funny. This is how much I was into the game. I bought it for myself. I used my own money to buy it for my dad, and then I bought it for myself again on Steam because I played it on the console. And man, you want to talk about disappointing? That game is just like Alien Colonial Marines. That game was just a big shit stain.
So growing up as a kid, everybody's a Sonic the Hedgehog fan. The game that they put out in 2006 was just crap. The Sonic the Hedgehog 2006.
Oh yeah, I hear a lot about that game. I've never played it.
They promised such grandeur, and it ended up, I mean, to me it felt just like another arcade game. It wasn't anything that they promised. It could have been so much better than what it was, and it was an extreme disappointment.
That's too bad. I've heard a lot about Sonic 2006, and I think a lot of people say it's like the most iconic shitty Sonic game there is.
Yeah.
It's funny, when I was making the list, I didn't even think about that, but then again, I've never played it, so it wouldn't go on my list anyway, sadly, for that reason. So my next one would be an SNES game called Balls 3D. And we did that game for the 12 days of coal in your stocking. And I'd played it prior when renting it as a kid in high school, or as a teenager in high school. And like, the game sucks. It just sucks. I can't even explain why it sucks, but it sucks. Like it's shitty graphics. The controls are bad. Everything about that game just blows. It's not fun. I'm not a big fighting game person anyway. So except for maybe the old school Mortal Kombat, those were always fun.
Yeah. No, that was it for my list. And like I said, I just put that list together kind of real quick of just ones that I could think of off the top.
I've got 4 more. So, Final Fantasy Mystic Quest for the SNES. Now, picture young Wyld just getting done playing like Final Fantasy 2, 4 in Japan, 2 in the United States, and like getting that amazing story, and then renting Mystic Quest and getting that. Adult Wyld enjoys the game, and it causes a little bit of nostalgia for Adult Wyld, but Mystic Quest was a huge disappointment for me as a kid. That's another game I kind of want to stream and play and get gameplay on just so the world can see it. But that's another one on my list. It's Final Fantasy Mystic Quest, and the story was just disappointing. Everything was just kind of bleh, if that makes sense. It was like it was like they just copied and pasted some graphics together, and more or less just said, "Here's a shit story that involves crystals and other shit. Good luck." It didn't do anything that was really new at the time. It was just boring. The game was boring to me, story wise. And that, of course, by then, that after playing like Final Fantasy 2, I was like a RPG connoisseur at the time, or at least I thought I was in my head. So that just was bullshit. Here's another one, Superman 64.
Yeah.
That's one you'll hear about all over the internet. The gameplay mechanics, the flying around, all that other shit it was a boring game. Superman 64 was boring. You can watch gameplay of that from like James Rolfe's channel, Cinemassacre, as the angry video game nerd and all that shit. It's just a bad game. It's just a shitty game. Oh, here's one that another one that you guys will probably see me play in the near future. Final Fantasy X was bad for a lot of reasons to me. Like it was good because it was the first Final Fantasy that I played that had voice acting in it, and there was some amazing voice actors in it. But the direction for the voice acting was bad. The direction was very bad. You always hear about that iconic ha 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 laughing scene from Titus or whatever his name is, however you want to pronounce it. And then the story was just kind of bland. The voice acting was kind of like everyone was monotone. A lot of monotone, but there's a reason for that. They'll tell you why. You're gonna have to look that up yourself because I'm not gonna explain it. That's a whole other podcast. The story got a little sad, but it was one of the first games that I kind of stopped playing because it was boring, and that was a big thing for me for Final Fantasy. I played all of them to 9 and beat them. I never beat 10. And that's kind of something I regret. That's another reason why I say I'm going to play it and beat it on the channel. You guys can watch me suffer. Plus, Final Fantasy X has one of the most annoying fucking bad guys in the history of bad guys. Was it Seymour or whatever his name is? How many times you got to fight that fucker? Like, it's annoying. You fight him like 20 times during the game. And I'm exaggerating a little bit. The next one is my last one. And I kept this one on my list for a reason, and I'll explain why I don't like it. I thought it was a sequel to one of my favorite games when it first came out because I was probably about 13, 14, maybe 15 when it came out. And I was a huge Secret of Mana fan. I still am. I love Secret of Mana. It's one of my favorite games of all time to play. The gameplay of the Secret of Mana remake is coming out on the channel still. As this comes out. But Secret of Evermore. I bought that game, and a lot of people are going to be like, no, it wasn't a bad game. It was shitty compared to Secret of Mana. Okay, I bought that game with fully expecting it to be like a Mana sequel. And I mean, mind you, it played like Mana. It used the same game mechanics. There's a few different things that changed on it, but like it was not a mana game. It was, and the sad thing is, the story was wash, rinse, repeat every fucking world you went to.
Yeah.
And it was boring. It got boring. I've never sent Square Enix, at the time it was Squaresoft. I've never sent Squaresoft a hate letter in my life. I paid money out of my like allowance. I saved to get that game. And I was pissed when I played it. I beat it, mind you. I played it all the way through because fuck you, I'm not going to waste that money. But like I sent Square Enix or Squaresoft, again, Squaresoft at the time, I sent them a hate mail about how shitty it was, but I sent it in a form of like a Dr. Seuss like rhyming thing. And so, you know, again, I thought I was clever.
Sounds like something you would do.
Yeah. I thought it was clever when I was younger. I think I'm clever now too, but you know, that's a whole different story. But it was, I never received anything back from him, but I fucking hated that game. I was so pissed off that game was the way it was and it wasn't what I wanted it to be, that like even today I hold resentment for it. Now, mind you, I don't know why I'm doing this to myself, but this is going to be another fucking game I'm going to stream in the near future. I'm planning on doing it this year just to play and beat it so you guys can watch me rage and get pissed and basically have all those old feelings come back. But yeah, Secret Evermore is probably the number one on my list for that reason. But that's my list. That's it. Yep. That's
each their own.
You know, like, have you played Evermore, Chris?
No.
Okay, well, you can watch the gameplay because it's something else. And the thing is, I know people and I follow people who are big RPG fans that love the game. They'll say nothing but good things about the game. I don't see anything good about the game. I just don't. It's wash, rinse, repeat. It's the same storyline. It's the same game mechanics over and over and over again. And it's like they're shitting on us intellectually. But that's my list. And I think we are going to wind down the podcast. This is our season finale. Big Boss episode 200. Thank you guys for being with us. Thank you for staying with us and continuously watching and being a part of the Nerds the New Sexy Entertainment family. I can't say when we'll be back because I never can when we do these mid-season, when we do our breaks, because sometimes life happens, sometimes things get in the way. But then the whole reason that we do these breaks is so I have time to kind of reset, and you guys have time to reset. The crew has time to reset, and so that and come up with ideas, and so I have time to actually edit and kind of go nose deep into gameplays and other stuff like that. And like I said, the end of the season is always kind of bittersweet. By the time it comes, I'm always kind of excited it's coming because I get the break, but I'm also kind of sad because like I miss doing it.
Yeah.
If there's anything you want us to review, talk about a podcast idea, something to eat, something to play, any of that stuff, there's a number you can call, and Grizzly knows that number, doesn't he?
He sure does. And that number is 559-997-6803. Again, that number is 559-997-6803. Give us a call. Leave us a message.
You know when...
We won't answer, but we will listen.
You know when Monster says it, when I have Monster do it, he says 6803, and every time he does it, it throws me off. Because for years, like for the last few years, you've been saying 6803. So I expect him to, he goes 6803. And I'm like, what the fuck? What? That's not right. Oh, yeah, it is. It's right. So, all right, guys. Well, we thank you for watching. We thank you for listening. We'll see you next season on season 11.
Next season.
I've been saying we'll see you next week. I almost said it. We'll see you.
Almost said it.
We'll see you next season on season 11 of Nerds the Sexy Entertainment Podcast. We thank you. Till then, we want you to stay nerdy.
And stay sexy. Always.